Alright, let's look at the following example of completing the square. Alright, so let's say we have a revenue function R of x, which is given to be x times quantity 125 minus 3x. Alright, so first thing I would do is I'm going to just go ahead and distribute this x. I'm going to actually distribute this x to the second term first, because that's going to give us the square term. So this is going to be equal to negative 3x squared. Alright, then if you distribute the x to the first term, you're going to get plus 125x. Alright, to complete the square, I'm going to factor out the leading coefficient from the first two terms. So I'm going to pull out the negative 3 outside of the parentheses. Alright, so you have x squared here. If you factor out the negative 3 from 125x, it's going to be negative 125 over 3x. Alright, then we need to figure out the third term. Alright, remember that to find the third term, all you have to do is take the coefficient of x. Alright, then first you divide by 2, then square it. Alright, so let's do a computation here. Alright, so what we need to do is we take 125 over 3. And we need to divide this guy by 2. Alright, which means that you can multiply the denominator by 2. So this is going to be 125, negative 125, I should say, over 3 times 2 is 6. Alright, then we need to square this guy. So you have a negative 125 over 6 squared. Alright, so negative is squared, it's going to be positive, so negative sign's gone. Alright, 6 times 6 is 36. Alright, and what's 125 times 125? I guess I have to do it here. 125 times 125. Alright, so it's a 5 times 5 is 25. Right, and the 2 times 5 is 10, and 1 times 5 is 6, 1, so it's going to 5, so it's going to be 6 here. And 2 times 5 is 10, and 2 times 4, so it's going to be 5, and 2 times 1 is 2. Right, and 1 times 125 is 125. Alright, so it's going to be 5. 2 plus 0 is 2, and 5 plus 5 is 10, so it's going to be 6, and that's going to be 5, and here's 1. Alright, so this numerator is going to be 15,625. Alright, so what we need to do is we put that number there, so plus 15,625 divided by 36 minus 15,625 over 36. Alright, so first thing we do is we're going to use group the first 3 terms in the parentheses together so that we can complete the square there. Alright, so this is going to be, right, negative 3 is already there, right, so it's going to be x, right, 1/2 of that number, we know that it's negative 125 over 6, and squared, right, then, to take care of the last, leftover term, you would have to distribute the negative 3 to that. Alright, so it's going to be negative times negative is going to be positive. Alright, then 3 and the 36 cancel out, so you're going to get the 12 on the bottom. right? Then you have a 15,625 on top. All right, so this is the vertex form of this given quadratic function, right? And if you were to find the vertex, so the vertex of this parabola is going to be, right? So it's a negative 125 over 6, so it's going to be positive 125 over 6, comma, right? 15,625 over 12, right? And that would be the coordinates of the vertex, right? Right, so numbers are not very pretty, but the process is exactly the same as the other example. Right, that's it. I hope that this was clear.